Perfect.
Hi everyone, we're in the studio with Gabi today.
Hi everyone, we're here in the studio. Today we have Lana.
Hi.
And we're gonna start our big unit on breath, okay? So I wanna talk about how we find our singer's breath. So basically the spiel that I give everybody is that we want to find the breath that we use when we're not thinking about breathing. Because when we think about breathing, like if we go to the doctor's office and they go, deep breath, put the little stuff, they go here, and then you go, okay, so like, let's examine this. I'm sucked in here. My shoulders are up. My neck is a little crunched. And there's air in here. That's fine. But it's not going to be the most supportive breath that we take. So I'm going to call that the conscious breath. Take the it all goes up into the chest. So we also call that the chest breath sometimes. What we want to get to is the breath that expands the abdomen. And so we do that every day. So if you say, I can't do it, you do it every day. You just don't think about it. And so what happens when we take that breath is we get a little bit wider in the belly. And so it kind of, let's turn to this is our post-Christmas. It's the day after Christmas. So our bellies are full and that's fine. We're not going to judge. So we're going to fill it and we're going to fill this area here. Okay. Now, and this, if you notice, didn't come up like this. It was relaxed. We fill. Okay.
And so we're going to feel it through our belly a little bit. What's actually happening is our rib cage is expanding. So if we take that big breath, you can kind of see my hands came apart a little bit. And also, my belly kind of popped out a little bit.
Science, yeah.
The trick there that people like to say is like to fill the belly with air. But that's not exactly what's happening. There's no air inside your actual physical stomach, right? Okay. So what's happening is your air is filling your lungs to the bottom and it's triggering the use of your diaphragm muscle, which is going to then push your organs out of the way to make, did you know this? You know this. Mm-hmm. To make room for all this space to fill up inside your rib cage. Your lungs are in here. They're not here. But I like to focus on that motion because that's how we're going to just be able to be reinforced with that. So how do we do that? Number one is you can just put your hand at the top of your belly and forget about it. And just watch some TV, do like this on your phone, and then look down and you'll notice you feel your hand moving. That's one way. Do you have a way where you find it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much that, or like another trick that I've heard is like laying on your back on the ground and like putting a book or your hands and like that's a good way because it's like there's really only one good way to breathe when you're laying down, and it's from this bottom part.
Okay, good, right.
So how do you like to think about that? Do you have a way to like find that breath?
Like how to expand and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a good way to think about it is like a balloon.
A balloon, yeah. Like this is a balloon?
Yes. So like you suck in the air and the balloon expands.
And then you let the air go?
And then you let go, and then the balloon deflates.
Yeah.
And so you can also, if you have a book, you can kind of see it. You can push it away. And it should be a relaxed breath. So if you get too confused about that, take a break. Just go back to breathing. If you get lightheaded, stop. It's not that serious. You can just do it passively. But what's going to happen is your lungs are filled to the bottom now. And it's like you're going to get a little squeeze from the diaphragm because it wants to come back to place, like squeezing the toothpaste from the bottom. And then you're going to get this nice free air. And so what I like to do is just in my day, I will just check in with my low breath. Especially if there's something, if I'm in traffic and I start to get agitated, if someone around me is saying something that I don't politically agree with or something, I'll just be like, okay, diaphragm time. And so you're going to feel this expansion. I also like to think about, I said this before in our lesson today, breathing into the lower back. Mm-hmm. It just this lower cavity feels nice and open, and that's not what happens. There's no air here, but there is expansion because the diaphragm is pushing everything out of the way. You're going to expand down here. So it's going to give you the freest airflow. So I don't want you to feel that if you're not doing this perfectly, you shouldn't sing, because as long as you're getting air in, if you were breathing wrong, you would know, because you'd be dead. you wouldn't be alive. So it's fine. Do the best you can. We're going to talk more about different tricks. The other thing I like to think about is drinking in the air, because when we take a drink, we open up and get really free here, and then we think of like things going into the belly, like water or something, and then we're more likely to expand down here. So if you're breathing in and you find this like suck in happen, we're kind of diverting all the air to the top, and then we're also sort of inhibiting the neck from being long and relaxed. So the best breath is going to be that. And this is so important for a number of reasons. One is the sound it's going to make. Number two is just, that's the breath we take when we want to tell our body that everything is okay. Nothing is wrong. We're relaxed. Everything's fine. If we start in with this breath, this is our fight or flight breath. This is like, oh, there's a bear chasing me, or like something's wrong. Okay. So it's going to send the message to your body to activate different tensions. We want to be in control of which tensions we use, because there is a good tension. Like here's a good tension. We need tension in our muscles just to be able to be standing upright. So those are good. But we want to be in control of those. We don't want extra things coming in and impeding different muscles that we want to expand and relax. So that is our introductory to the breath. More on that soon, and have a great day.
So I hope that helps, and happy practicing. And if you get a little lightheaded, just take a break. Not trying to make any.
No need to kill yourself for singing.
No, it's not worth it. Okay, happy practicing. Thank you.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.